Am I the asshole for telling my wife's friend that she is too old and ugly after repeatedly asking my son to take off his shirt? Well, this sounds like a predator story, so let's get into it. My family had a small get-together at my house. One of my wife's friends was over. She is unmarried. I think she is 45, 47. We aren't too close to her since she lives pretty far away. She was over at our house and started complimenting my son. He is 19. It starts off innocent, but as time goes on, it gets more and more crossing the line. You ain't complimenting my 19-year-old son. We fighting. When we were out on my deck, she starts telling my son to take his shirt off. What's the point of going to the gym if no one will see it? Haha, once again, we just start partaking in fisticuffs. My son is visibly uncomfortable and tries to shut her down. She repeatedly is asking and is getting more aggressive with it. I interject and I'm like, hey, Kathy, I think you are a bit too old and ugly for my son. Nice. Also, where's your wife at? Why is your wife not dragging her friend for being a predator? That's what I want to know. And for people saying, Mike, the kid is 19 years old. That's a child. All right, that's a child. She is 45 or 47. He doesn't know because her face is, she got a mug. It's hard to tell how old somebody is when they got a mug. You know what I'm saying? And obviously this lady has a mug, so predator. Also, if you enjoy these Reddit stories, you can check out our podcast, Two Daddies Judging Baddies, where we read Reddit stories and then judge people. This got her upset really quickly, and she excuses herself to the bathroom and starts crying. My wife goes to comfort her, and then later she leaves. You got to talk to your wife, all right? You got to have a talk with your wife. Be like, hey, I know she's your friend, but that's our child. So maybe we should be dragging her through the front yard and not consoling her. At the end of it, my wife is super angry with me for saying that I should have said, hey, Kathy, it looks like you had too much to drink or something like that. Oh, yeah, because alcohol, that's a good excuse. I told my wife that Kathy, by the way, this is not her real name, works a corporate job and she has training on this and that she knows better. And our son was uncomfortable. Not what corporate job is like, hey, here's some common sense. Don't hit on a 19-year-old if you are 47 and the owner of a egregious mug. Let's not be hitting on children. He is 18 plus, but he doesn't know how to deal with an adult, let alone someone saying that in our house. I told my wife flat out that if I invited a guy friend over and he was to see our daughter in a bikini, my wife would have called the police. She says it's different. Different? No. I tell her that I was way kinder to Kathy than I would have been if a guy said something like that to our daughter, and I told my wife that Kathy needs to apologize to my son before she can ever come into our house again. You're just not allowed back if that's my house. If it's my house and my wife did not drag you, she would also not be allowed back in the house. Overall, I think this was fair. If Kathy had just said it once, that would have been fine. No, it wouldn't have. But the fact that she kept repeating it, that's why I said it. I mean, I guess if you said it once, it's like, okay, it's like an old person, complimenting a young man. Sure. I mean, I guess I could deal with it. Not like take off your shirt. We're starting to get into like Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein territory. And it's not playful anymore. Like old people back when I was a young man, they'd be like, yeah, son, you look like a sturdy young fella. There you go. Sturdy young fella. That's what you could have said to him. Don't tell him to take off his shirt. That's weird. I just wanted her to get the message. And yes, I'm upset. That's why I included the ugly part. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Okay. You're not the asshole. Also, your wife is treading into very much so into the same category as Kathy over here in the asshole weird department by not dragging Kathy. And Kathy, if you're watching this and you're upset that I said you had a mug, I'm sorry, dog. Like you got a mug and you're old and you're hitting on a baby, so I'm allowed to say it.